Bisperas na po ng inauguration ng bagong Pangulo ng Pilipinas, Benigno Aquino III. Among the thousands who are expected to witness the ceremony tomorrow are Filipino-Americans who have flown to Manila just to be part of history. Kasama po nila si North America Bureau Chief Jing Reyes na ngayon ay nakaantabay na sa Carino Grandstand sa Maynila kung saan gaganapin ang pagpapasinaya. Jing!
Jel, nagbabalita tayo mula rito sa Grandstand kung saan handang-handa na ang lahat para sa inaugurasyon ni President-elect Noynoy Aquino maya-maya lamang. Magsisimula ang araw na ito sa mga dasal mula sa iba't ibang religious faith sa buong bansa. Bandang alas 9, pag-alis ni Noynoy Aquino sa kanyang tahanan sa Times Street, didiretso siya sa Malacanang para sunduin ang outgoing president na si Gloria Arroyo. Aquino and Arroyo will share a limo ride to the Grandstand. And at high noon, Aquino will take his oath as the 15th President of the Philippines. And our kababayans who traveled here to witness this history, in the making, are just excited.
Long time no see.
These Filipino-Americans took off from work and spent hard-earned dollars to come home to watch another Aquino take his oath as President of the Philippines. A mass was offered to the parents of President-elect Noynoy Aquino. Cabinet members were named. The Carino Grandstand has been spruced up and security measures are in place for the inauguration of the country's 15th president. An historic milestone these Philams wouldn't want to miss.
At first, I was hesitant to come in here. But after all those things that we talked about, I was really getting enthusiastic.
After they arrived in Manila, the group U.S. Pinoys for Noymar gathered to celebrate Aquino's victory. They renamed their group U.S. Pinoys for Good Governance, promising to watch Aquino's performance and do what they can to help him deliver on his campaign promises. Many of them say they're optimistic about Aquino's ability to rid the government of corruption as well as most of his cabinet choices.
Lima ang DOJ Secretary. Ano masasabi niyo dyan?
Yeah. I like the choice because of the fact that over here in the Philippines, justice is always delayed. And justice delayed, as they said, is that justice denied. Just the case of this Ampad one, I think they should really fast-track the issue.
I think there are a lot of good people behind him.
Aquino supporter and former Arroyo cabinet member Meli Nicolas and U.S. Ambassador to the Philippines Harry Thomas paid tribute to the overseas Filipinos' commitment to help their homeland. But they stressed there is more work to be done.
First, of course, the Filipinos themselves who are working overseas, they should really be more aggressive in terms of making their opinions felt. No? And on the other side naman, the Philippine government, I think, should give more services to Filipinos overseas.
It is extremely important that you've come for this to express democracy, show your support for democracy. Mahalaga ang inyong ginagawa dito.
Presidential cousin Bam Aquino thanked the overseas Pinoys for their hard work.
Napakalaking bagay nung involvement ng mga friends natin from overseas. You know, at the start of the campaign, they already started organizing. They didn't come late to the ball game. They've been organizing for a number of months, and to see all of them here is such a big thrill.
After attending the inauguration, these Philams will hold a two-day conference and meet with the new president in Malacanang.
Jel, after helping Noynoy Aquino win, the group says they're determined to help him succeed. A lot of our kababayans who flew in from all over the U.S. are really emotional about this inaugural. Some of them knew the president-elect's parents, and a few fought the Marcos dictatorship from the U.S. And for them, there's nothing like being here at home, to personally witness change happen at this point in our country's history, Jel.
Jing, ano naman itong two-day conference na gagawin nila? Tungkol saan ito?
Jel, sila ay mag-uusap-usap tungkol sa mission at goals ng kanilang bagong grupo nga, itong U.S. Pinoys for Good Governance. Among their agenda are a continuing registration for overseas Filipinos. Gusto nila yung i-push sa COMELEC. Gusto rin nilang pag-usapan ang pangmatagalang pangkapayapaan sa Mindanao at makikipag-usap din sila sa iba't ibang lawmakers at government officials para sa mga reforma na ipinangako ni Pangulong Benigno Aquino III, Jel.
Yes, and what is on top of this Philam delegation's agenda when they finally meet with President Aquino, Jing?
Jel, they will meet President Aquino on Friday in the afternoon after they wrap up their two-day conference. And they told me that they just want to personally congratulate him on his victory and also to let him know that they are behind him. They will help him. But of course, they will also monitor his performance and make sure that all his campaign promises are fulfilled. Jel.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Ms. Jing Reyes, nag-uulat mula po sa Aquino Grandstand sa Maynila. Meantime, President Obama is sending cabinet member and U.S. Trade Representative Ron Kirk for the inauguration of President Noynoy Aquino and Vice President Jejomar Binay. Kirk will join U.S. Ambassador to the Philippines, Harry Thomas Jr. Thomas said the U.S. is looking forward to working with the new administration to work on new trade opportunities.